How's it going, everybody? Jody in here, and I'm experiencing a little bit of a bug here in Stormworks, so I thought I'd do a short video to report it. I'm going to go over here. First off, I'm going to load up a turret. This is the original build that I had, so I'll load it in here just to show that it's functional. You can see it's just sitting there normally, nothing's going on with it. Everything seems to be fine. I can go into it, and I can set my elevation, and it'll elevate. You can see that. I can set my rotation, let's say 20 degrees, and you can see it's going to rotate that, and it locks in, and everything's fine. Okay, I'll take it to the workbench and just show you how I have this set up. I know it's kind of weird that I'm showing you it works, but it doesn't work in another location, so just bear with me a little bit. So I have it all set up through this controller, and all this controller does is tells the gun when to go back to 0 for reloading. That's all it does. That's it. That's all. It's toggled from here, and it goes into a reload mode. But other than that, there's nothing that... I'll take you into the microcontroller here to take a look. Okay, so it gets your left and right, gets your up and down. It clamps those so the gun can't go too far. It can't aim up too far, like more than the gap it's got, and it can't rotate more than 90 degrees either direction. So that's fine. And all it does is through a switch box, it sends that to the left and right, up and down, which is the pivot at the base and the pivot on the cannon or on the barrels. So that's all it does. When it's triggered to reload, all it does is it resets those to 0, so the turret turns back to its neutral 0 point, and then it triggers the system down here to reload the actual turret. That's not a problem. None of this is a problem down here. None of this is a problem up here. It's all, as you see, it's functioning. So now I'm going to go and load. Oh, actually, I can't load it here because I need to load it in a harbor. I need to load it over here. Run. I guess I could use the flight mode, but whatever. We'll go this way. Okay, so over here, I'll go to my workbench, and I will load. I'm working on a battleship, well, destroyer, and all I did was basically copied and pasted. I copied and pasted the turret here, rotated it, pasted it here, and did the same thing for a couple of smaller turrets, which I also have, and I'm not having any trouble with. Now, I put seats in just for testing purposes. So I'll go into here, and you can see that I have the exact same controllers up here. These are the same controllers I had before. It's an exact copy-paste. The up and down is linked to the barrel up and down. The left and right is linked to the base, and I've got the left and right coming in from the seat, and the up and down coming in from the seat. That is the WS and the A and D coming from the seat. Okay, so everything should function properly. I have the reload button here, which is turned off, so it will not go into a reload mode. It should just be free to move, but that said, it gets its movement from the seat, so it shouldn't just be able to freely move wherever the hell it wants. Also, if I go in here and take a look, you can see it's got max power, which speed is down. Same here, max power, speed is down. Same with the forward cannons. Everything's the same. Everything in all of these cannons is the same. Speed, power, same, and come up here, speed, power, same. Now, point of order, I have replaced these. I thought it may be a bug with the rotation pivot that was actually in there, or the robotic pivot that was actually in there. So I did replace them. I also had kind of a shroud built around the bottom, which I have removed, so it's not in the way anymore. So there's nothing in the way of this turret being able to rotate or not rotate. There's nothing causing it to stick or get stuck. It's completely free to move. But watch what happens when I spawn it in. Now watch it work. Watch it work now. Oh, no, see? See, the turret's doing its own thing. There's nothing controlling that turret, and yet the turret is going and doing whatever the hell it wants to do. It's bouncing back and forth. And again, it's identical to the front turret. That turret in the back is identical to the front turret. So it looks like it may have stabilized now. Sometimes it'll just whack out and will not come back. It'll stay going crazy. So let's see if it functions. Okay, I can control them. Okay, I can turn it. I can turn it full right. I can go. Well, the up and down appears to be backwards on one of them, but I can change that. Yeah, the up and down seems to be backwards on the one turret. But that's okay. I can fix that. But anyway, as you saw when I spawned it in, the turret was just wigging out doing its own thing. And in some harbors, it actually does that even more. It just goes crazy. Okay, so I definitely need to turn around that one turret's rotation. And then, okay, so see that's why I have it go up and stop at 35 degrees, because that's as high as it can go without bashing into itself. And it's the same with this turret down here. It can only handle 35 degrees. But anyway, you saw it a bit there. You saw it wigging out a bit there. That is not the worst of it, though. I mean, I'm relatively right beside the ship when it spawns in here. So I'm wondering if it has a distance thing, if it starts behaving after you're a certain, or when you're within a certain distance. I'll spawn it in again, and this time I'll back up and just see what happens. So you can see I do get a performance warning. I don't know why I should get a performance warning from this ship. See, there it goes. There it goes, just wigging right out, doing its own thing. And it's only that one turret, which, I remind you, is identical to the front turret. There's no difference between the rear turret and the front turret. They are identical. And it looks like it's stabilized, but the barrel's still actually pointing down, so I don't know if it has stabilized yet. I guess the rear barrel's kind of... not sure why they're pointing down. They should be at 0. Yeah, you can see it's doing something weird. It's almost like it's going. I don't know what the heck it's doing. It sounds like one of the conveyors is triggering. Okay, and now I'm apparently flying. I don't know what happened there. And it's doing it again. I'm like flying. Okay. Something weird going on here. Why am I flying? And then I don't understand what is going on here. Anyway. Whoops. I want the B key. So something weird going on there. But anyways, as you can see, the turret just wigs out, and it starts doing some... It starts actually triggering the reload procedure, it sounds like, because that's what everything's connected to. It sounds like it sounds like these start to activate. Because this one... Okay, let me see here. This one... Those are on a blink system. This is the reload toggle. Okay. Now, this motor runs when this is connected to this, which should never happen. It shouldn't be able to connect until the reload mode is triggered, because you can see it's moved back and up one. So it should not be able to trigger a reload in that position, because if anything, if the barrels go anywhere, this will go down, not up. The barrels can't go down. Well, they can try to go down, but they can't go down because it's limited to 1, as you recall. So the barrels are supposed to be stuck level, which you see the gap here when they're level. There's quite a gap, or should be anyway. They should not be able to go down because of that clamp. It should not let them go down. So if something is telling this barrel to go down beyond that clamp, then, again, bug. But when this gun swings, when this gun rotates, this whole section goes down, not up. It shouldn't be able to go up any higher than that, which means this should not be able to connect to that, which means there should be no connection causing these motors to run. Same down here. These two are too far apart, so unless the reload system is triggered, this will not come any lower. When the reload system is triggered, this comes down. This comes down and moves forward via the rail system over here. So there's a system where it comes down here, and it goes over. Where is that? Right here? Over here. Yeah. It shifts over here, comes down here, and then these two can connect. But it should not be able to connect in any way when these two are not triggered. So what I'm thinking is happening... Well, I don't know what's happening with the pivots. The pivots are just moving on their own. But that reload sound, I'm thinking, is probably these pivots pushing this upwards when it shouldn't be able to go upwards, and that's probably why they're getting close enough to touch, because the barrel's going down, and it shouldn't be able to go down. You saw it; it's locked in. You saw it right here. If I look at the controller, it is locked in. Cannot go below 0. Its constant value when this is triggered is 0, and it's clamped at 0 to 35, so it should not be able to go any lower than 0. But it is, which is weird. Okay, that's my check. That's my check. When it turns the reload system on, when reload is on, and the actual turret is in position. So the reload system should only activate when the turret's rotated to a 0. And the button's pressed, which of course it's not. So, again, that's a mystery as to why it's trying to reload. Unless, like I said, this is being forced downwards by a bug in the pivot, and this is going up to connect. Somehow. It'll never straight connect, but it might be going up to connect somehow. Anyway, that's besides the point. The main point of this bug report is that the turret is just wigging out, and again, it's just that one turret. All of these turrets are controlled using the same system. I use the same turret control on all of the turrets, except for some reason this one turret is deciding to do its own thing. And I believe it will straighten out if I get close to it. Perhaps. Maybe not. Look at it go. Oh, wait. There, it went back to center. Turret barrel's going back to 0. So, when I got close to it, it started behaving. And, again, I'm screwed up on the... I don't know what is going on here. I can't walk on this face of the ship. Maybe this is another bug. I can't seem to walk on that face of the ship, which is just there's nothing really to it. It's just a slope. Excuse me. Okay, so back in the chair. And turret seems to be responding fine. Except I'm going to have to change that front one so it's... I'm going to have to change that front one so it goes the opposite direction. I think the pivots are backwards on that one. So raise the barrel up. Everything seems to be working. Going back to 0. Good. Swinging through 90 to the other side. And you can see it struggles or something when it gets close to 90. It struggles. It's clamped at 90, but for some reason it struggles when it gets there. Weird. But both barrels are moving. Both barrels are moving, so that's fine. And just to show you that the front is also connected. So I can activate both barrels at the front too, rotate them around, and oh! Oh no, I'm causing that barrel to go up. Never mind. I thought for a second the barrel was going up on its own, but I slip of the finger. Okay, so these barrels are turning on their own. Well, not on their own. These barrels are turning with my help. And everything seems to be okay here. Except, for some reason, that front barrel is not working. When I push... Oh, because it's clamped. That's why it can't go up. Okay. It's clamped. So the clamp is working on the front barrel. Clamp is also working on the triple front barrel. So everything seems to be fine there. It's just for some reason this turret right here has a mind of its own at times until you get close to it. Which, as I said, it seems to calm down, probably because I'm in a harbor where I'm close to it. But if I go to a harbor where I was originally building this boat, which was down here, which one was it? It was not that one, was not that one. Where the heck was I building this boat originally? Oh, over here? No. Sorry, it's going to take me just a second to... Oh, I was at this island. I was over here. So I was originally over here. Teleport. So I was originally building it at this spot. The reason I moved to the other spot to do the video was because it had a land placement crafting station, so I could show you that the turret on its land, it's the original design. But anyways, so I will spawn this in here and just watch the nonsense, assuming it's going to do what it normally does. Yeah, there it goes. Oh yeah. And like the ship's turning, the ship's rotating, it's going, you know what, and it's trying to go beyond 90, and I can tell it's trying to go beyond 90 because that's why the boat is swaying so much. Because as you saw, once I had control of the turret, the boat was not swaying at all. Look at the tilt it's got. And then it eventually just starts doing barrel rolls. So, and away she goes. And there is a stabilization system in the boat that does work, but for some reason, this turret going out of control just nullifies that entire system. It cannot correct itself. And as you can see, the other turrets are fine; they're staying perfectly straight. But that one turret is just causing the whole boat to just go wiggy. So anyway, I have no idea why that's doing that, unless it's something to do with the quote-unquote high amount of physics, which I have no idea how it could possibly have a high amount of physics, considering there's almost nothing in it right now, except the turrets. Don't wig out on me. Like, if I go to the logic mode, like, look, there's, besides the 4 turrets, there's nothing in this boat. I don't have a motor in it, I don't have a tower in it yet, I have nothing in this boat, and it's already reported as a high amount of physics. So, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe because of the ammo chamber, maybe because the ammo chambers are loaded with ammo. I don't know. They're magazines. Ammo magazines, basically. Maybe that's causing the physics warning, but it still shouldn't be causing the turret to go out wild and out of control. Especially since it's only the one turret. It's only this turret. And from what I can tell, there's no reason for it to be going out of control. Just for the simple fact that it works every other position, including over here. It works over here. Does not go out of control over here. For some reason goes out of control over here. So that's why I'm submitting it as a bug report. Hopefully the developers can take a look at it, whatever. I will upload it to the workshop and link it, just so that you guys can have a copy of it. The developers can have a copy of it and check it out. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, it's up to you guys now. Anyway, this is Jody signing off. I'll see you next time. Take care.